Your mother, Emily, changed the password. I can't use her card for my shopping anymore." Her voice whined through the phone, sharp and demanding. I, John, stood in the kitchen, listening, unseen. 20 minutes later, the front door slammed. My son's voice cracked through the home like thunder. "Mother, why would you do this?" She needed the card. Too bad they didn't know about the other surprises. I once believed that affection was a shield. When he was born, I vowed to protect him from everything the world, hardship, betrayal. I never imagined I would have to protect myself from him. He was gentle once, a boy who wept when he saw me cry, who kissed my hands after long days. Then she, Emily, appeared, pretty, clever, with a sweetness that curdled into something sinister once the ring was on her finger. I welcomed her. The fool that I was. I gave her jewelry, garments, even the keys to my bank account when they first struggled financially. "Family helps family," I said. She smiled like a saint, kissed my cheek, and later whispered in my son's ear until my words became his enemies. The first cut is always small. Missed visits, cold greetings, a side glance when I spoke, then the real wound. I found receipts for extravagant trips and designer handbags, all under my name. They were no longer struggling. They were feasting on me. I didn't confront them. Not yet. Wrath burns quickly, but revenge requires patience. I started collecting evidence, copies of withdrawals, transfers I never authorized, and a hidden account she had set up using my personal details. I even hired a quiet investigator, the kind who asks no questions and delivers everything in a neat folder. It contained photographs of her with another man, younger, shirtless, her arms around him. Enough proof to shatter my son's loyalty if I wanted. But I wasn't going to plead with him to see. No, I wanted him to feel the sting, the collapse, just as I had. So I waited. I smiled at her. I let her borrow things. I cooked for them when they came over. I played the role of the aging, trusting mother. And slowly, carefully, I rerouted everything. First, I changed my bank account passwords. Then the credit cards. I canceled the ones she favored and replaced them with new ones I never carried. I visited my lawyer, signed documents, and moved assets into trusts she could never access. Every single part of my life, every hard-earned possession, was quietly pulled out from under them, while they continued to feast on the illusion of my generosity. The final piece was my will. My son always assumed everything would fall to him. I made sure it still would, but not in the way he expected. The conditions are airtight. Not a single cent if he remains married to her. Proof of divorce or nothing. A cruel clause, perhaps, but fair. He can choose her or the inheritance. That brings us back to today. When my son stormed into the house, his face was red with rage. I didn't flinch. "Why would you humiliate her like this?" he shouted, his hands trembling. He had no idea of the storm he was standing in. "She humiliated herself," I said simply, sliding the neat folder across the table. Bank statements, hotel photos, messages between her and her lover, confessions of passion he could not mistake. He stopped shouting. The blood drained from his face. His wife's name hung on his lips, but he didn't utter it. He flipped through page after page, his denial cracking with each turn. "She said you were controlling," he whispered, as if speaking to himself, "that you wanted to ruin her." I leaned forward. My voice was low, steady, and sharp enough to cut. "I gave her everything, and she took more. She took you from me." His eyes filled with something I hadn't seen in years. Shame. The silence stretched, heavy and suffocating. Then, from the hallway, her voice called his name, annoyed, impatient. He looked at the folder again, then at me, and walked out without a word. The house was quiet after that. I made tea, sat by the window, and watched a leaf sway in the wind. I didn't need to witness the confrontation to know how it ended. The folder was a more lethal weapon than any blade. It would tear her open from the inside, spilling her lies across their marriage until nothing was left. And when he returns, whether tomorrow or years from now, he will return, knowing the truth. He will know that I meticulously moved the pieces until she was cornered with no escape. Some might call it cruel. I call it balance. She played me for a fool. She thought an old woman couldn't see, couldn't fight back. She forgot the most important rule. I built this family. I know where every weakness lies. So, yes, I changed the password. I shut her out, and in doing so, I opened the door to everything else she never wanted to be exposed. The best part is I never raised my voice, never struck her, never begged. I simply erased her. And the beauty of it is, she spent the rest of her life knowing that it wasn't my anger that destroyed her.